So you moved to New York from the Netherlands. I said that very strangely, but I was attempting an appropriate English, like Dutch English intonation, and failed miserably. So why did you move? Does that say something about relative ambition, Europe versus the US? I mean, Americans like to think of themselves as far more driven and ambitious than Europeans. And sometimes I think Europeans, Western Europeans, like to think of themselves as more capable of living a good life versus Americans who are driven. Is there some truth to these cliches in terms of Europe versus the US? And it's very Western Europe. And so, like, why did you move? I think it's interesting whenever anyone sort of picks up, radically changes their life, particularly to do something different that you could just as well have done from Amsterdam, probably done more inexpensively.
I have come to the conclusion that all the cliches are basically true. My wife was 7 months pregnant when we came here to the US, and navigating US healthcare was a nightmare compared to Dutch healthcare. So that's one cliche that is true. We send our daughter to a school here, and just generally raising kids here. I mean, the safetyism of American parents just drives me nuts. Like, we live in Park Slope, and you have all these toddlers strapped up in their strollers, and indeed, it's like, come on, liberate the kids. So that's like the second cliche that is true. The third cliche that is true is that indeed it's much more easy to be ambitious here. A decade ago, a couple of friends started a journalism platform in the Netherlands called The Correspondent. It still exists, it's done quite well. But when they started it, they organized sort of a dinner with basically a who is who of people in media and entrepreneurship in Amsterdam. The consensus back then was, oh, you're going to start this new venture that wants to revolutionize journalism. Not going to work. You shouldn't even bother. Now, I had a similar dinner like that when we started the School for Moral Ambition in Manhattan, in New York. A couple of friends had invited some cool people over. The experience was literally the opposite. Like, everyone was like, this is definitely going to work. This is awesome. How can we help?
I was invited to that dinner and I couldn't make it, which I was really disappointed by because I was going to show up and say, "What are you thinking?"
Yeah, yeah. But again, like the that cliche is true as well.